Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Art Adventures. So as you guys know, our last video was a small little robot crab looking thing, and here it is. But we're gonna go ahead and get another set of robots done, and as we do that, I want you guys to follow along. So grab something to draw with, grab some paper. Let's get started. All right, guys, so as you know, I've already explained that we have robots that are very basic where it comes to a head, a body, 2 legs, 2 arms, and I want to do something a little bit different. So not the typical robots that you would see that you would draw. So we're gonna get started on doing a little bit different of a style than what we're typically normally seeing out of different drawing tutorials. So you're gonna do a line here. It's not necessarily in the center, but what you could do is draw one in the center. And it's gonna be a double line like this, almost like a big equal sign, okay? Try to make them as even as possible, so this has to come out a little bit more so I can even it up. And there's gonna be a separation right here for now, okay? This is going to turn into a rectangle or a square, whatever you would like it to be. That's gonna be the start of our robot. On this one, you're gonna do kind of like a half dome, kind of like how we did our crab. And we're gonna do a semicircle here. I'm taking my time on this one. Instead of doing legs, what I would like to do is have something that looks a little bit more like this. Okay, and I'm going to use this kind of as like a rocket bottom where a flame would come out, but instead of doing a flame, I like doing these little things like this. If you do an oval shape like that, take your time, draw it slow. And then if you're going to do that, you can go really thin on this side and a lot thicker on this side. And it kind of gives it some sort of like an energy orb that's coming through the bottom, which makes it seem like if it's gonna be floating. So we're gonna do multiple of those, and I'm gonna do a smaller one this time. And then a little one on the inside of there, and an even smaller one here. And now since we finished the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and start getting some detail up in the top. So here, we're gonna do kind of like these bolts sticking out, almost like a Frankenstein type of bolt, but backwards. So it's gonna be a lot thicker on the top, or on the ear part, and then a little piece coming out, almost like a little piston. Okay, here we're going to do a single eye, and we're going to do it like this, but it's going to be like a metal casing, so there's gonna be a circle around that eye. Now that we have our face done, our head done, our ears, we're gonna go ahead and get to the top, which are gonna be like these triangle horns, but they're not gonna be horns. We're gonna turn them into antennas. So 2 triangles and a little circle on the top, so that we can make some lightning coming through, some electricity coming through the top there, right? So this does not have to look just like mine. It can just be a zigzag line, and then you're going to kind of like replicate that to the best of your ability. It does not have to be perfect, okay? And then to give it a little bit more aesthetic, do a second one and maybe a third one, and just kind of do it like that to where it looks like there's actual energy coming through the top there, some electricity. Alrighty, and now since we've done the head, we've done the bottom, we want to start working on the body. And the body is going to be fairly simple. You get yourself a half dome like that, almost like a C shape or a D, capital D. Same on the other side. Your arms, you can put your arms in any direction. If you want to put them up at an angle, if you want to put them straight sideways or down angled like that, that's completely fine as well. And then we're gonna do these clamp hands, kind of like the bolts that we did on the crab, which are pretty fun to draw, and it kind of gives it more of that metal look, okay? So kind of like a hexagon, you're just not going to close it off. Put 2 little hooks like that, and give yourself a U. There's one arm. If you want to do the other arm in the same direction, or out or down, it is up to you. I'm gonna go in the same direction. Try to keep the arms the same thinness, how thick it is, but also the same length. Same thing with the hands. Try to see if you can make it about the same size. It's definitely something that's going to be harder to do as far as making it the same size. Or you can intentionally make them different and make one really large and one really small, and then it looks like it's intentional. All right, and now we're gonna work on the neck area. And the neck area is just gonna be kind of like this bobblehead type of spring that's gonna be coming off of the actual robot itself, kind of make it look like it's something that has a lot of movement in it. And now we're just gonna go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of detail, which is actually gonna be fairly simple. You're gonna do a circle in the center, one to the right of that, one to the left of that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and give myself an oval that goes around it, makes it look like if it's some sort of keypad. That is gonna be it for this robot. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a background and then we'll get coloring. All right, guys, well, there you go. There you have it. There's your second robot that we've created on this channel. I really, really like this one because it's not typical of what you would see. And yes, it is all gray, but I used that gray blue that we have. It's almost like a slate color. Use that, hit it with a little bit of a darker, like a Prussian blue, and then went over it with the black very lightly to give it a little bit more detail, a little bit more depth. The lightning, the electricity, typically you would see something that's more yellow. And since it was such a cool color, this cool gray, cool blues, I wanted to go with more of a blue lightning to give it a different little aesthetic. So this one was super fun. I have more to get to you guys, which I'll be doing most likely in my Ohuhu alcohol markers. They're gonna be a lot more detailed, a little bit more advanced. So I'm looking forward to going and doing those robots that I have planned for you guys. But with that being said, appreciate you guys watching. If you like what you see, leave a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.